flowers to kind of honor your retirement at the end of the season. Can you talk a little bit about what that means to you, that gesture, and just what the atmosphere was like today?
I mean, I think it always means the most coming from players, obviously. Having played with a lot of those players, actually all three of them that were out there, Jazz, Madison, and Merritt, but just that sort of mutual respect always means the most. Like we know what it's like to play and what goes into it, and a lot of them are some of my really good friends. So that was really sweet, meant a lot. Atmosphere was popping. You guys know that. Created a really great environment for not just their players to play, but we enjoyed coming here as well. I wish we would have put a better performance out for ourselves. Obviously, it's very disappointing, but yeah, overall good atmosphere, and we'll just have to regroup and try to get through the next time.
Right there, in the front. All right, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm with Kids Scoop Media. And my question is, you're such an inspiration to kids. What will you do after you retire?
Oh my gosh, probably just go on vacation. I will do that. I mean, I'm not going to just disappear completely. I feel like I'll still be, minus the playing, doing a lot of the same stuff that I'm doing right now. But I think one of the most rewarding parts about my career is just to see how the game has changed and how much it's grown. And this atmosphere didn't exist when I started playing. So hopefully continue to be an impactful person and sort of character in not just women's soccer, but women's sports at large.
Hi, Megan. We've got two questions for you. First off, just being part of American soccer, you will have spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, and you're a Californian as well. Mm-hmm. Does it mean something special to have played your last game here? Or is this just one stop on a tour where you're playing your last game in a lot of different places?
No, it definitely means a lot. And I have a lot of close friends that play on the team, and spent so much time down here. I feel like I sort of started my professional career here in ways because the national team played here so much and we trained so much here. So it's definitely a special place, and I think to have my last game here in such a great stadium and a great atmosphere is, kind of a zoomed out look, but really cool just to see the progress that's been made over the course of my career.
And as you note, we're really in a transformative time for women's soccer, and as we saw in the World Cup, the game has changed, the global landscape has changed. Is there part of you that wishes that you were stepping into this landscape now and being able to, have another 15 years at what the game's going to become?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like rewarding to see the progress, but I'd rather live in the progress for sure. I think the style of play suits my game much better. I spent a lot of my career in the 4-4-2 era, and that just sucked. So yeah, it's amazing to see where it is now. The World Cup was incredible. Just club soccer in general, everywhere is incredible. And just the way that it's growing and the standard that we have now is so much better. So yeah, I certainly wish that I had maybe 4 or 5 more years or something. I don't need to be starting now, but a little bit longer would have been nice.
Hi, my name is Katerina Roska. I'm editor of Tangent Scene. So this is for both Olivia and Megan. Megan, you've stated in response to the Contigo Jenny movement that there's a huge backlash against women happening right now. How do you all feel about everything that's going on as female players yourselves?
Honestly, it's just kind of, disappointing to see that these things are still happening over and over and over again, and that we have to keep using our voices and standing up for things like that that continually happen. And I think it just shows that there is still growth that needs to happen in federations, not only here but also overseas. And it's just kind of a reminder that we have to never stop fighting.
I think the one, honestly, the positive has just been the sort of response to what's happened since they've gone back in Spain. Like, he's trying to fight back and everyone's like, abso-fucking-lutely not. This is absurd. It's sort of like a global, backlash against him. So I think that speaks a lot to the progress that we have made, and just I think there's a hashtag that say a cabo or something. It's like, we're done or it's over. I think it's almost so absurd that he's like continuing down this track. And I think, you know, having men's players speak out about it, obviously Xavi, the Barcelona head coach, spoke about it. To have, you know, figures like that, I think just shows how backwards his response was, and obviously his actions are, and hopefully it'll be dealt with quickly so they can get back to celebrating their World Cup.
And Megan, as you depart here, how do you think this league needs to grow going forward here? Are there areas you think this league needs to be better at, and what do you think that process will be like going forward?
I think still the you know, the sort of infrastructure for teams, whether it's their, you know, having their own facility and all that comes with that. That's, you know, chefs at the facility and training grounds and you know, lifting and medical and all that. I think that's really important. That obviously supports the product out on the field. I mean, of course, you know, we want stadiums and fans and all of that, but I think to really continue to professionalize the infrastructure of each team, so players are supported all year round and they have the best environment to train in, and you know, continue to attract not only the best players but the best coaches and the best you know, staff to those players is really important on the sporting side. And then I think on the business side, I mean, this club's obviously done an incredible job, but continuing that, you want to attract the best people, you know, so they can do the best job to build the brand and get people in the seats and ultimately make money to sort of feed the whole beast.
We're going to turn some questions over to Zoom now.
All right, so Jacob, go ahead. Thank you. Hi, Olivia and Megan. Thanks for taking the time to take my question. With tonight's result, team's on a 3-match losing streak, 5 regular season games left to go. Just wanted to know, how's the team feeling? Is there any sense of like panic or desperation, knowing that, you know, there's basically no room for error for you and really anyone else in the league that's trying to make the playoffs?
No, I don't think there's any panic, but we know what we have to do. So we know this is, you know, a really important game, and to drop all 3 points is not good. We needed something out of this game at the very least. So obviously it's not impossible, but yeah, everything is very tight, and you know, we know the objectives, and we know that not only do we need to play better, but we can play much better. We need to, yeah, be a little bit calmer and let our quality show in games like this.
All right, thank you both. Thanks, Jacob. Are there any other questions on Zoom? I think we're good on Zoom.
Any other questions in person? Great. Oh, one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this game was under Becky Tweed as head coach for Angel City, and some of the previous ones were under Freya. Obviously now Becky Tweed's 9 games undefeated. Have you guys noticed a difference playing against them now versus playing earlier in the season?
I mean, we do still like to play. I would say that's very similar, and we kind of knew that coming into this game, is that we can expect that they do like to play. I think they probably are a little bit more, I don't know, composed, I would say, and so that's something that we also knew. Yeah, and just kind of going off what said, is just for us, I think it's not so much about them, but just for us that we know the quality that we can have, and we didn't show that, but just moving forward into the games is just being composed in the final third. I think that's a huge thing for us, and just getting them all up there, and so not so much about them, but more kind of a reflection on what we need to work on going into the next couple games.
All right, thank you everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys.